All right, husbands, you want a magic trick that you could do for your sweetheart that'll completely blow her mind, and it's really easy, anybody can learn it, sort of thing, and it's a great way to express your love for your other half? Stick around. That's exactly what we're going to do. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel, where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to Surviving Romance. All right, here on Surviving Romance, this is the series for husbands to keep the romance alive and well in their relationship, and at the same time, it shows how much I absolutely love my beautiful wife, Princess Faye Rue. All right, husbands, and regardless of who you are, in a relationship, whether you're, it's man, woman, man, woman, what, I don't care what it is. Okay, we love to show our love for our other half, and sometimes, unorthodox methods are sometimes what it takes. So for this unorthodox method, I'm going to show you all a really cool magic trick, and basically. I'm going to kind of cut away, go into my routine, and then afterwards I'm going to show you how it's done. All right? So, here we go. Okay. Let's face facts. I love my wife. I love my wife so much that gravity doesn't mean a thing. How much so? Well, here's something that'll just blow your mind. For this magic trick, all I'm gonna need is a rubber band that I've split right there. Okay, just a normal, everyday rubber band. And my wedding ring. Don't worry, I have Princess Faye's permission to use my wedding ring for this magic trick. Now, I'm a firm believer that if a husband loves his wife more than anything in the world, gravity doesn't mean a thing. So, what I'm going to do is kind of place my ring on the rubber band, and just like this, gravity doesn't mean a thing. So I guess that does mean that love can do anything you want it to. Would you all like to see that again? Alrighty, let's do this one more time. Just like that. Again, gravity doesn't mean a thing. Isn't that awesome? All right, stick around. I'm going to show you how it's done now. All right. Now, that's a pretty cool trick, and it's one that anybody can learn, and it's one that's kind of been around on the internet for a long time now, way back even before there was YouTube. So, very interesting, okay? So, if you've seen it, don't worry about it. A refresher never hurt anybody, okay? Now, literally, there is no trick mirrors for this magic trick. There's nothing special. It's one that I do regularly, and really, all you need is a ring, and just about any old ring will do, and a rubber band that you just split. Now, sometimes for the purposes of proving my point, I'll even go so far as split the rubber band right in front of my audience. But it's one of those things. It doesn't hurt to just keep one on hand that you've already split. So you get the idea. All right, you take your ring. Preferably, if you're going to do this, a wedding ring, engagement ring, or just any old ring will do. Okay. And what you do is you take the ring and you place it down on here like such. And I'm going to show you now the educated angle of this all right? What you do is you draw it tight, and what people don't see is the slack that you have in your hand like such. So what you do is you just slow release. like that. Bear in mind, a lot of people, when they see me do this magic trick, they think that I'm bouncing the ring or that I'm moving my hands. No, keep your hands perfectly still and just slowly, just like that. Okay? It's a little harder to do that when I'm not, doing it for real, like I'm performing it. But what you do is you kind of bring your hands around right like that, okay? And you grasp, kind of firmly with these two fingers right here, right like that. And then once you do that, you draw it tight, keep those hands perfectly still, and then you just release the tension, just like that. It's a very simple, easy trick that anybody can do, and the effect is amazing, okay? And because of the fact that you're doing it with normal day items, like a rubber band and and a ring, the effect is just amazing. So practice, practice, practice. I mean, that's super important. Just practice that magic trick regularly. It should really only take you about 5 minutes. After that, it's a matter of presenting it to your other half. And it's a great one that you can do at parties. Say, your wife invites a bunch of friends over and you want to show off, your love for your wife. Obviously, if you're watching this, and hopefully she hasn't watched it, it's really awesome to do. The effect is amazing. And of course, everyone's like, ooh, and that sort of thing. And what you do, again, keep those hands perfectly still and practice, 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 okay? And practice is in front of a mirror, and you'll get the hang of it real easy. And again, practice your routine. Make sure that you feel good. If you got obviously most people do have cameras. They've got them built into their phone. Record yourself. And do you believe yourself, basically? Would you believe yourself if you were watching it? So practice your routine regularly, and then pretty soon, the next thing you know, you've got a really awesome magic trick that you could show at parties, among friends, and women, as a matter of fact, I'll give you a little backstory. There was one time I was performing this particular magic trick. Princess Faye was kind of standing off to the side. She was off on the sidelines, if you will, watching me, and I was performing this magic trick at work, no less, in front of some young teenage ladies. And when I said the part that, gravity's still gravity, right? And they're like, yeah, I would think. And I'd already done a couple of card tricks, and I said, well, let me show y'all something. I took the rubber band out, grabbed my wedding ring, and I said, if a husband loves his wife more than anything in the world, and he started making the ring travel up the rubber band, as gravity doesn't mean a thing. And of course they were like, oh my God, it was really awesome. And it was one of my favorite moments with this magic trick. So now you too know the secret behind this magic trick. And for the record, Princess Faye actually did find this magic trick for me and showed it to me. It took me 5 minutes to master, how to do it and do it well. And I imagine for most everyone, that's probably going to be about the norm. It's going to take about 5 minutes to master it. But work on your routine, make it believable. Like, one of the things that I learned when performing magic, you have to believe it yourself. You have to believe your act, okay? That's why I'll suggest practicing in front of a mirror, okay? So now you, husbands out there, however it works in your relationship, you too now have a really cool, awesome magic trick that you can perform for friends, or this is something that you could do for your wife to just express your love. It's just, another one of those cool romance tips that I've kind of kept tucked away and been meaning to show you all for a little while now. All right, that brings us to the end of this episode of Surviving Romance. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, and be sure to check out the Patreon account at patreon.com/Prince Magnum and donate if you can, all right? Along with that, be sure to check out my partner at Sketch Squad TV. He does amazing stuff with World of Warcraft and a few other different video games. He is the pioneer of 4G LTE live streaming. Amazing gentleman. He has an entire system. We've got a video where I actually interview my partner, Jammin' John, and he discusses in length how his system using your existing data with your cellular phone works out. Okay. Along with that, be sure to subscribe to his channel. Okay, check him out. You guys will like him. And to go along with all of this, as usual, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is. Just do something for yourself. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind, they just don't work out too well together. Along with that, if you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet. Maybe today you might perform a really awesome magic trick for that other half. And as always, for all of you out there, if no one out there has told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.
Man. Wow, man, freaked out.